everyone, welcome back to Sholz TV. It's your girl Sholz, and I am so excited because it is the holiday season. Thanksgiving is coming, Christmas coming, the new year, my birthday. Yes, that's a national holiday. I just have to say that. So I am excited because today I'm going to be showing you how to make a whole roast turkey. During Thanksgiving, it's one of the things that people are a little bit intimidated by, but I decided to show how I make my whole roast turkey in the oven, and hopefully you can pick up some tips and use that on your next recipe. Or if you've never made a whole turkey before, this will motivate you to pick up a turkey and make one for Thanksgiving. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to be showing you some of my tips on how to keep the turkey juicy, how to handle it in such a way that it's not overwhelming, and as well, you know, how to keep that turkey breast tender. That's the part that everybody runs away from because it's dry and all that. But I'll show you some of my tricks on how to keep it juicy, y'all. So yes, I keep saying juicy, juicy. So let's go to our juicy whole turkey recipe. Alright, so I have a big old turkey here. This is about a 14-pound whole turkey. First thing you gotta do, of course, make sure your turkey is thawed. We don't want to cook frozen turkey. In terms of thawing, make sure you follow the directions of the turkey that you bought. But what I try to do is just bring it out the day before. So I'm cooking it today. I brought this out yesterday morning and it's been out till now. The inside is cleaned. I've cleaned out. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just pack dry. Pack dry as much as possible. And then we're going to go ahead and prepare all our seasoning. I'm going to use 3 different sets of seasoning. I know, sounds overwhelming already, but no, trust me guys, it's not too bad. Number 1, I'm going to have a dry rub. Then I'm going to rub my turkey in. Number 2, I'm going to have some stuffing, things I'm going to stuff in here, which is also a type of seasoning because it adds flavor to your turkey. And number 3, I'm going to have a butter injection, which is my tip and my secret for making perfect turkey. So let's get to our seasoning mixes and we'll be right back. So get a small bowl, add 1.5 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning or any all-purpose seasoning you have. Add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're also going to add some onion powder, about 1/2 teaspoon, some ground black pepper, some white pepper, some dried rosemary, some thyme, add about 1.5 teaspoon of salt. I'm also adding some fresh parsley, about 1 tablespoon, and a dry parsley as well. Also add some delicious smoked paprika. Mix all of that together, and there you have your dry rub for our whole turkey. So for our vegetable stuffing, we have some celery, some garlic, some yellow onions, some shallots, some serrano peppers. We have carrots, we have green bell pepper, we have some sweet bell peppers, and as well we have some herbs. So we have rosemary, parsley, and thyme. So we're going to go ahead to chop all of this in medium chunks, just like this. Chop your celery and put all of them in the big bowl. Go ahead and chop your carrots. Just make sure it's medium size, not too big, not too small. We'll do 1/2 a green bell pepper, 1/2 a yellow onion, 2 serrano peppers, 3 bell peppers, sweet bell peppers, a handful of parsley, some rosemary, 3 garlic cloves chopped up. And now we're just going to mix all of that together. Add some olive oil, about 1 tablespoon, add 1 teaspoon of salt, and add some paprika, about 1/2 teaspoon. Mix all of that together and set that aside. Our veggie stuffing is ready. Now let's go ahead and make our butter injection. So get a small microwavable dish, add 1 stick of butter, Add some dry parsley, about 1 teaspoon, and a half teaspoon of dried thyme, rosemary, and salt. Also gonna add some garlic powder, some Old Bay seasoning, and some onion powder. To finish up, just add a little bit of black pepper. So melt all of that together, and there you have it. Your melted butter injection, seasoned and tasty to inject in your turkey. Now to inject this butter mixture, you're gonna need an injector. I have one here that I'm using. It's pretty small, but you can see the tip that allows the juices to go through when you insert into your turkey. Alright, so the first thing I do, of course, after cleaning and taking out excess fat, is I flip this over and I season the back first. You're also going to need a turkey pan. This is probably one of the best things I ever did for making a whole turkey. This keeps it from sitting in its juices. It elevates it and makes it all crispy on all sides. So make sure you invest in one of these turkey pans, turkey oven roast pans, and you would not regret it. First thing, like I said, I do is just to flip this around. And then once I flip this, what I do is to just, again, pat dry. Again, some water is going on this side. Pat dry. And why do we pat dry? We want our skin to be crispy and juicy. We don't want it soggy. So I'm going to take my dry season mix and I'm going to start off with the back. Now, I'm starting off with the back because once I flip it, I'm not turning it around anymore. So just keep that a little dry rub generously. And then I'm gonna flip. When I flip, I'm flipping right on top here, guys. So there you go. So now that I flipped it, I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side. Just put all that dry rub generously. So one thing I try to do is make an insertion on the, just get your fingers through. Try not to make any hole though, but as much as you can. Sometimes it makes, but don't worry about it. Just try to make space on the skin under the breast. So we're gonna be putting some things in there to keep it juicy. Alright, that's our dry rub step. Second thing we're gonna do is get our yummy vegetables and just stuff them in there. As much as you can. The vegetables are smelling so good already. So good. So I always try to use vegetables as my healthy way of flavoring my food. Vegetables have lots of flavor in them, and I think we don't use them as much as we should be. That's my take on it. Tie up your turkey legs together. This produces a beautiful bird, nicely shaped when it's fully cooked. Alright, I'm just gonna get some butter and make some cubes out of it. About 4. And what I'm gonna do is take that butter and insert it under the breast. Just take it as far as you can. And then I'm gonna insert the next one. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side. The butter is gonna melt as it cooks to keep that breast nice and juicy. So the next thing we're gonna do is get our injection ready. Go ahead and inject your butter mix into the turkey, focusing more on the dry areas like the breasts. You can also inject the legs and the wings, but I focus more on the white meat because that's the area that gets real dry quickly. And you can just go ahead and baste the rest of your butter mix right on top of the turkey, and it's ready to go in the oven. So now our turkey is ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna bake this at 325 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna bake this covered for about 3.5 hours. 3 to 3.5 hours, and uncovered for about 1 to 1.5 hours. Do this based on your turkey size. You're going to read the suggested time for cooking on the pack. So mine is 14 pounds, is going in for about 4.5 hours. Our turkey is ready. It is ready. I'm just basking it again one more time in its juices. You can do this as many times as you can. It smells so good. I can't wait to try it out. It smells real good. It's cooled down a little bit so my hands can handle it. If yours can't, please wait till it's safe enough to transfer with your hands, or if you can use some kind of tube to transfer it. So I'm just gonna pick and move. There you go. Woo. And I'm just gonna take this out of the way. Alright, so I have here some slices of oranges. I have some grapes. I have some tomatoes and lots of herbs. So I have rosemary, parsley, and thyme. This is my favorite way of dressing a turkey because all I need is just to get some fruits and vegetables in different colors. So think about greens, yellows, oranges, reds, and maybe something dark like a dark purple or a dark red. And that just brings it all together. You can pick whatever fruits and vegetables or herbs that you want. And that's our turkey. All I know, guys, I wish you were here to smell this. It smells absolutely delicious. This is a beautiful bird, guys. What do you think? It's beautiful, and I bet you it's very tasty as well. I'm going to show you an example of how I set my table for Thanksgiving. So this is an example of how I set my table for Thanksgiving. Just find creative ways, again, to set up your table, make it beautiful and presentable. I hope you like that. Today we're just going to go ahead and taste our turkey. I'm going to just carve a little bit of it, not too much. You can see how that knife just goes straight into that breast. It's so juicy. Even if it's the breast, it's still so juicy. It's just falling right apart. It's still moist and juicy. See that? You can see it's still moist. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified anytime I post a new recipe video. See how it just falls right apart. So moist. Thumbs up. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and blessings. Bye.